What's up, YouTube? I am Z-Town Train, and this is just a basic dude vlog. And today we're going to do a product review and unboxing, and I'm pretty excited about the product. I really hope that this turns out well, because what I want to do is be able to buy a few of them and maybe give them away as presents and stocking stuffers to people that might not be survival minded or outdoor minded, so they could throw it in their car or something. And what we're looking at today is the Gordon 12-piece emergency survival kit. Now, being as how I live in Florida, something like this could be super useful should you break down somewhere, or if there's a hurricane, or if there's many other things. Just looks like a pretty handy little kit. Let's read what's in it. A stainless steel survival knife, 7-in-1 multi-use spork, which is what I'm really excited about looking at in the kit, to be honest. A flashlight, a pocket bellow, a wire saw, we've done a review of one of those before on the channel, a water bottle clip, an emergency blanket, fishing tools, survival bracelet, fire starter, saber card, and it looks a lot like one of the cards that we looked at before, and tactical pin, which I'm interested in as well. So, the Gordon 12-piece. We're going to look at this, we're going to use some of these. As I'm opening this, let's talk a little bit. I'm working on scouting out places for fall fishing. The fish bite better in the summer, let's just be honest. Spring and summer, they're just a little bit better. But honestly, spring and summer for me is a really tough time. Oh, you know what? We didn't do any introductions. Today we're using the Super Duper Buck 736. I know I should be using one of those knives I'm reviewing as the knife for this. However, I'm sort of a superstitious guy. This knife was a present, and I like using it. And there's a lot of qualities to it that I enjoy. So that's what we're using today, is the good old Buck 736. So we've cut this open a little bit, and let's get her open and take a look at some of the things. So here's our knife. A lot of the stuff is in the blister pack right in the front. Our spork, our flashlight, and this flashlight looks a lot like a flashlight that I already own that's made by a company called Cree. Comes off of Amazon. And this thing comes in a really nifty hard case. I think the hard case is flippin' cool. And the reason I like the hard case is I'm hoping there's space in here to put extra stuff, which would make it this would just be so handy. You could throw this into the tire boot of your car, like underneath the trunk where the tire goes. Just chunk him right in that little hole right there, and he could just ride right there. That would be cool. So he's got these clips. There's two on this side, one on the top, one on the bottom here. Well, top and bottom are sort of relative, aren't they? You're not going to come open for me? There we go. He's a little tight, but that's okay. There's some stuff on the bottom. Warnings to prevent serious injury. Don't hurt yourself. All right. Now, it just kind of all comes in the case. It's sort of like a Pelican case. We have safety instructions. We'll take a look at those. Here is our space blanket, our wire saw, and I think I'm going to keep some of these little plastic bags. Here's our fishing kit. So you have a lure and some line there. A tactical pin. This thing is it's straight up steel. Spin to open him. And it looks like you could probably really, you could hurt someone with that thing. So tactical pin. This is our fire striker stick here. We have the saber card. He's just a little smaller than the UST card that we looked at before. This is a water bottle hanger. Which looks like you just put the water bottle through that hole and hang him on something. This is something I'm pretty interested in looking at. I have one of these that my brother-in-law made me, and I keep it on my regular backpack. But this is interesting because it has a bunch of stuff on it, and we'll take a look. We're going to go through, I think we're going to do a couple videos about this kit. And this is a pocket bellows. This is the thing about the kit that I am most... so I guess it's just like a big steel straw that you blow through here. So there's nothing in it. And you just blow through it and blow into your fire to get it started, I guess. And this is what we look like empty. We got some padding in here to hold everything. Pretty, the case is great. I really like this part. Let's set him off to the side for right now. Now, our knife. Steel construction. As you can see, the thing that I've been talking about a lot lately is that space right there, and I'm still not sure whether or not I have a problem with that or not. A lot of the knives, GK24 again, look at that, GK24. We have the little rubber thing here, and he's a good sized knife. We got our clip right here in the top. It has a window breaker on it, so it's got one of those window breakers, a rope cutter on the knife, so it's a lot like that 6-in-1 without 2 of the 6, right? Maybe 3 of the 6. It is a liner lock knife. It has our flip out on the back. It is not spring assisted. It is not serrated. So he's big and he's hard. And, you know, it's a lot like a lot of these that you buy. It's a pretty decent sized knife, and it would definitely be helpful if you leave it in the kit, because you might need one day. We have our pocket bellows we took a look at. We have our saber card. Man, we've reviewed one of these before on the channel. I think they're a little goofy, but this does have our can opener on it. So it might actually be handy to have. It's got a little bottle top opener on it and a little saw. And we've reviewed a card a lot like this on an old thing, but the can opener I think is actually probably going to be the most important part in case you run into canned goods you can eat when we all get out of the pods. Let's look at our flashlight here. We got this. It is basically a cheap version of the Cree that we have down to the color on the back, but what it doesn't have is the focus right here. So this does not move in and out in focus. One day we'll talk about that Cree flashlight again. It's got the body of the Cree with no focus. And let's see if we have a battery in here. So, oh, there it goes. Actually, it does have the focus. Look at that. There it goes. Okay. That's kind of cool. Here we go. So it is basically the exact same flashlight as the Cree that we have. And we did have this little plastic thing in the bottom to keep your battery from going dead while it's in there. It does come with the battery. What's crazy about this kit, the most interesting thing is it comes with all of these items, which would generally be between $5 and $10 by themselves, and all of it is 25 bucks. So, you know, I mean, well, maybe between 3 and 10. And it's a good bright little flashlight, just like our Cree, and it has a nice focus and strobe, just like our Cree flashlight did. Alright. We have the spork, which I think is wicked cool. So you got the spork in here. It has a whistle on this end, a safety whistle. It has a knife, which is pretty decently sharp. And the knife has little wrench bits in it. So those are literally to work on things in case you need a wrench. Bottle top opener. And a little, this is kind of a fish scaler more than it is a saw, right? A little bit of serration there that looks like a fish scaler to me. And those go into the handle. This is cool. I think that this part is neat. Boom. We have our fire striker. Take a look. Let's get the bad boy out of plastic. It's like Christmas. Bunch of presents in here. And this is going to cover up what we used to strike it with. Here. And yep, look at that though. Okay, check this out. This is interesting. The cool thing about this kit is every tool has multiple items on it. This has this small ruler. It has your fire striker, and I'm not too sure, this is some kind of wrench probably. And this is what you would use to strike your ferrule rod here. And it's a pretty decent sized ferrule rod, and we'll do more on these later. We're going to do a second video, I think. We have our bottle hanger. This is pretty much kind of self-explanatory. You hang a water bottle top here, and you can hang it off of a pack or something. We already looked at our tactical pin, rock solid pin with a little thing on it, and yeah, it would hurt if you got hit with that. That would suck. Or you could break something with it, but that pointy end there is painful. We have our wire saw, and some of these bags I'm just going to tear them open because I'm not keeping the plastic. This is actually a lot more solidly built than the one that we did before that we reviewed. We took it out and we cut down a tree limb with it and broke it, actually. And what you would do is take a stick and put it through either of these, but this has these giant fishing swivels, and with the stick you put it around it and work it back and forth to cut through a limb. This one, it's a little bit different weave than the other one is. I don't know if that means it's going to be better. A lot of these wire saws or pocket saws are junk, and maybe this one isn't. I'm not saying it is. We're eventually going to have to do a test outdoors, and we will check it out. Need to get a tree limb or a place. What I'm looking for right now is a place outside of town to do some testing videos, like maybe somewhere where I can go and cut stuff up and kind of maybe do a little bit of gun range stuff too. Who knows? Oh, okay. This is pretty neat. It's got the wrist compass on it, which is one of the good fluid-filled compasses that we like. It's a little bit raised, but it doesn't look like, I don't think you'd break it. This also has a whistle on it. So you have 2 signal whistles in the pack already. Pop them open, and I was hoping that, nope, I don't know what that is. It's more of a striker. It's got sort of a sharp edge to it. I was hoping there was going to be a little blade in this, and instead you get this. And the weird thing about that is I feel like having metal, maybe it's just, maybe because it's stainless it's not ferrous, so it's not. But this you could cut something with. It's toothy. It's toothy and it's got kind of an edge to it. I was hoping that there was going to be a little knife blade in that, but it does have something that will cut, so we're not going to completely discount that. It's got some good thick paracord on it. It doesn't feel like trash paracord. It feels pretty good. Pretty high quality. And then the fishing thing, well, okay. You get one lure, you get one hook. You get one lure, one hook, and a thing of line. And that's not, it's better than nothing. But how about that? In this situation, it would be better than nothing. So this just being our unboxing video, taking a look at everything a little bit here that comes in it. Some of it I think is silly. The pocket bellows. I mean, if you can't blow on your own fire, I don't know. I guess it would get your face away from it. So it's just a kind of like an extra you can throw in a kit, and it's good to be able to say you have fishing supplies in here. Do I think that it would be easy to catch a fish with this? It'd be easier than not having a fishing hook at all. If it was me, I would probably dig some kind of worm or something and not use that funky little jig lure that came with it. Maybe. I don't know. I think that the card things are kind of goofy, but this one does have the can opener. So that's really solid. The crazy thing about the kit, love the spork. Spork's got a knife blade on it. The spork is for me, the spork and the flashlight are kind of the star of the show in this deal. You're going to need a flashlight, and the spork has a little bit of do everything to it, which is really interesting, right? That's kind of cool. The knife is decent, and it's big, and it's all metal, so hopefully it would survive whatever you put that bad boy through in a survival situation. The handle's kind of funky, but that's okay. It's a good big big knife. So on just on the initial opening, without having used any of this stuff at all, I'm wanting to go 4.5 out of 5, and I have good reasons. For $25, now we talk about balancing price point against what you get, against the quality of what you have, right? So, I mean, if you look everything up, this has the compass, the little cutting edge on it, and a whistle. One of these is probably $4 or $5. The tactical pin, I know that you can get one of these for $5, literally $5. Fire striker's about $5-6. The flashlight's probably even a little bit more expensive. I don't know, I haven't looked at a Cree flashlight in a while, but that's literally dead on the same flashlight that we've bought before. And the spork, wicked cool, probably not super expensive, but cool. So overall, the sum of the parts in this kit is worth more than $25, in my opinion. I just think that it's worth more. Maybe you could get all this off of like Wish or something for cheaper. So I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 on my initial, we just opened the box and looked at everything in it. I think that 4.5 out of 5 is a fair score for our initial score, and we'll check more of this stuff out later, a little bit deeper, and see how it works out, because I want to be able to give these away as presents, and I'm not going to give away something that I don't like. And the cool thing is the case. Shoot, the case is probably worth $5. It's like a little Pelican case. And the cool thing is you could put a bunch of first aid and extra things in the case that are going to make this magnified 100 times. It is a survival magnifier, right? So you put some first aid in here and some water purifier tabs, a little thing of water purifier tabs in there. You start working little things into this case, and then you're talking. Then you're looking at something that if you had this in the boot of your car and everything went terrible, you would be kind of like a little bit more comfortable with it, right? So we're saying 4.5 out of 5 on the strength of all of this. If you bought it separately, would probably be $40-ish, including the case, everything else, $45. It's $25 right now at Harbor Freight, and I think that it is pretty solid. But we're definitely going to use some of this stuff, and we'll talk about it. Some of it we can look at it and just know this is pretty good. You know, I mean, it's what it is, right? And the fishing kit, well, there's a reason why we took 0.5 off, right? There's a couple of these things that don't make sense. I don't know why you need this steel tube, what the requirement for the bellows is and stuff, and we'll talk about it more. But 4.5 out of 5 for the 12-piece Gordon Emergency Survival Kit. And we're right now today, I'm going and looking around, I'm scouting out some fall fishing places, and getting some other things going. And I just really wanted to look at this kit because it was cool. And I'm thinking about doing 2 or 3 videos on the kit using some of this stuff. I might take that bracelet apart and see what the paracord's like in it. I think that it's important to know how good any of this stuff is. Maybe we'll light a fire with the fire stick. You know, we kind of have, this thing feels just like the Cree flashlight that I had before, or I think I have it in the bag of tricks. So to start your own bag of tricks, the 12-piece Gordon Emergency Survival Kit, 4.5 out of 5 at Harbor Freight. Thank you guys very much for watching my video. I enjoy making these videos for people to watch and check stuff out, see some cheap gear here on Just a Basic Dude Vlog. And so I hope you enjoyed it. Now I am Z-Town Train. This is Just a Basic Dude Vlog, and I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.